Is it live or is it Memorex? Is it live? Sounds like it. Turn the bloody. Let's get out of that. Sounds like it. There we go. All right. That's that. Okay. Back about. Are we live or are we Memorex? We's live. Coming to you from the great unknown. Hidden deep within the warp. Oh. Let me check this up here. Okay. Hum dee dum dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, um, why is it not? Okay, it's not showing me. Why in the world is it not showing this? Help. Okay, I'm having a problem here. But we will get that fixed. Got a drink. Delicious. Oh, what's up? There we go. So, I did some work offline today, and well, I don't know. I don't know why it's not coming up on there. That's agitating me. That's aggravating. I don't care about none of that snazzy smazzy stuff. All I want is I got an idea. Let's try this. Doo doo. Uh huh. Uh huh. What? Why was it not showing this up here? Aggravating. 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 Even more aggravating. So, uh, the Warhammer preview, New Year preview, freaking awesome. I mean, just freaking awesome. All right, and at the very end of the show, they showed some snippets of some new Iron Warrior stuff. Uh, then we got a Petarabo demon leak. Everybody's saying it's fake. Yeah, but with this, they show pictures, but it's like the old rumor engines, and uh, it's hard to say if it's going to be Petarabo or the Defiler. Because, we're getting a new Defiler kit. I definitely could use a Defiler for my Iron Warrior, my Chaos Iron Warriors. What I really want is a Bombard and Basilisk for my Loyalist Iron Warriors. I mean, because, you know, but there are no Space Marine units that can take the Bombard or the Earthshaker cannon carriage, the Basilisk. They can't carry it because now you could in 30K Horse Heresy, but or used to could. And there was at one time they did have uh a codex that the Iron Warriors were allowed to take Basilisk and Bombards and Siege Mortars. Because they're siege specialists, right? Anyway, so can you get a picture of him? This is the Blade Guard Ancient. Here, let me move my chair over. Hey, you know what? Let's put a little more light on the subject. There we go. A little more light on the subject. So yeah, here's my. Maybe that was too much light on it. Let's turn it that way. Um, yeah. So yeah, there he's coming along. He is coming along, and I also worked on my Justicar, and I put the stripes on it. I don't think it's not gonna pick it up. I am hating the lighting situation here. It sucks. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh well. So anyway, let's. What did I need to do? I think they are ready for. Uh, they're ready for to be moved over here, and they will get their Iron Warriors decals and excuse me, and the brown wash to go over the uh, um, Retributor's Gold. Retributor Gold. Yes. Wow. We're gonna go home. 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 Home on the range. Yep. Let's. Oh man. The new custodies. Right? For for Horus Heresy. Oh my gosh. Those things are beautiful. Definitely. Uh, 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 yeah. Uh, I'll tell you what. I heard a lot of people that were, you know, I was also watching another stream while I was watching the reveal, and a couple of the people on there they were not too. To each their own, right? To each their. So, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, especially the custodies. Oh man, ah, and finally getting uh they are actually they put females in with the custodies. Oh, and then Huron Blackheart. Oh my goodness, Huron Blackheart, the tyrant of Babdab. Oh man, one of his members of his retinue, his cohorts, his partners in crime. Not a space marine, damn good looking female pirate captain. Army 80s. Yes, Games Workshop is finally doing some stuff that I like. Because, dag nabbit, to this day, I still say that the number 2 and number 11 were females. Female Primarchs and female Space Marines. And they were whisked away from all knowledge. Now, so that's my opinion, though. But then again, every other army in the whole freaking in it have females. Dark Eldar, regular Eldar, the Harlequins got females. Orcs, I don't know. You probably make female orcs. Never actually seen any, but then again, that's an all warring race, and they just don't really care. So, uh, let's see. Yes, Imperial Guard. They got women. Got whole regiments of women fighting alongside the men. Okay, uh, the Inquisition, the Emperor's, the law. I am the law. Right? The Inquisition's got females, female inquisitors, female retinue. Hell, Greyfax, she's female. And I know what people are going to say. You want to play all women? Play the Sisters of Battle. Right? Sisters of Battle are not Space Marines. They are just regular women in power armor, some not in power armor, some not in any armor, some hell, half of them not even dressed at all. Rushed out onto the field, no armor, barely any clothes on, and gigantic two-handed eviscerators. Yeah, there went another heretic, and three more of our women. Ah, so, yes. Yes, 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 indeedy. A rooty toot 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 tooty. Yeah. So, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna definitely let's go ahead and work on these tonight. See where we can get them to, and oh, give me armor here. Do 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 do. Uh, so yeah. So, Age of Sigmar, they got Bone Reaper, new Bone Reapers. That's cool. Uh, I like me some undead stuff. you know. Um. So, yeah, that they look real cool. Um. Yeah, I like the Bone Reapers. Um. And then Blood Bowl. Uh, I'm not too much into Blood Bowl, but you know, uh, they got a high elf team basically, and you know what? I never have been a big fan of the high elves. They just never were my forte in the game. Uh, when I was playing fantasy battles way back in the day, I had a huge, huge undead army, right? Um, and then I also had a very sizable Skaven army. Um, and I had a few demons, but mostly my demons were for 40k. Actually, at one time had a complete full demon list. Seventh edition, yes. Um, uh, had uh had allies. You could actually field allies. Uh, and I went to a tournament and I took my Trader Guard and their demon cohorts, their demon allies. Oh, yeah, that was fun. Uh, I really enjoyed that. Uh, that was, and then not to mention, then me and a couple other guys, we actually went to a out of town event for the weekend and played representing the store that we were playing at that day. So yeah, we did pretty good. Um, I I went 5 games for the entire weekend, or was it 6? I can't remember. So I took Tyranids to the event. I'd have probably done better if I'd have took my Trader Guard and my demons. Cause I went 0-6. Yeah, it was 0-6. It was 6 games. So yeah, it was an interesting, very interesting weekend. I had fun. I have fun no matter what. Play. I love to play. That's my whole. That's my shtick. I love to play. I love to play. I love to paint, and I like to have a good time. And we did. We had a good time that weekend. But that was, oh God, that was, I'm going to say that was 13, 14 years ago that happened. And we were going to, we're going to go back again. We're going to, do another, we were going to go do that tournament again, but we all wound up not going, but that's okay. Um, yeah, I mean, we all just decided not to go back. Yeah, but just a group of good guys just enjoying the game, having a blast. And that is what I do. I have a blast. I love to play and paint. Doesn't matter if I win or lose. I mean, if I win, yay! If I lose, I had a good time. You know, I'm not the, and I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna go headstrong into a game saying, "What are you playing? What's your meta?" You know, I'm not into that. Uh, hey, you want to play meta? Go ahead. Look, I play what I want to play. All right, and I mean, come on, guys and girls, guys, gals, dolls, however you want to say it. Uh, ladies and gentlemen, uh, I'm painting Loyalist Iron Warriors for 40K. You know, so yeah, I look at this. Uh, I paid good money for these figures. My hard earned cash, right? These are mine. And uh you want to paint, you paint your figures up, you buy the codex and you want to play ultramarines and you want to play dark angels or blood angels or whatever. Hey man, go for it. You want to know why? They're your miniatures. If you want to play them, as you want to paint them pink with black polka dots, by all means, paint them pink with black polka dots. Seventh edition, I bought a sizable uh Dark Angels army. Uh and I was like, yeah, guess what? They ain't getting painted Dark Angels. I don't like Dark Angel green. I tell you that right now. I am a when it comes to Dark Angels, I'm a purist. Played. Uh, I've been playing since. What? I've been playing since do 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 do. First edition, Rogue Trader. right? There were no codexes. We had Army List, no codex. Every Space Marine player played with the same, built their armies from the same list of troop choices and character choices. It was second edition was when we first got the codex system, and the very first codex that came out was Space Wolves. After that was Eldar. Uh, it was on down the line. Then we started getting Space Marines. Uh, they combined Blood Angels and Dark Angels into one codex, and they called it the Codex Angels of Death. So half of the codex was Dark Angels, the other half was uh, Blood Angels. Okay, now then that was the second edition was the first edition that the Tyranids actually became a faction in the game, because in Rogue Trader they did not have a um they did not have to build off of. They had the Tyranid War, they had the they had not Zoanthropes, they had the oh heck, what are them little guys with the guns? Termagants. They had the Termagants, and they had Zotes. There's only one Zote now, and then he came out for Blackstone Fortress. I don't think they actually put rules for him in 40k, but he was a Tyranid. The original Zotes were for the Tyranids. But so yeah, we didn't get now. First edition did have the first and second had the Gene Stiller cult army. Um, it was nothing like what we have now. We had hybrids, Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3 hybrids. We had the mages. We had the Gene Stiller Patriarch, which is, I think, now I know that for Tyranids they call it the Brood Lord. I think it's Patriarch in the Gene Stiller cult list. And there were two versions of it. There was uh, the one with the Gene Stiller Patriarch running, and the other one was him sitting in a big ass throne. I know now that we have two vehicles. Well, we have three. Well, two, because the jackals, are they the jackals for the Gene Stillers that are on the bikes? The motorcycle dirt bikes. You got them. You've got the dune buggy type thing, and then the truck, the Rucker truck. I don't know what the heck this called, but so yeah, the only vehicle that the Gene Stiller cult list had back in Rogue Trader was the Coven limousines. Oh man, and they didn't actually have a model for it, so you scratch built it however you wanted to, and you used what you want to. I had mine were I bought two Lamborghini Diablos to models to make my uh make my Coven limousines. They were great. I think by the time it was all up and before I finally sold off my Tyranids, I had I had 100 Gene Stealers. I loved me some Gene Stealers. And here's you want to go. Here's a crazy fact. So there were two forms of Gene Stealers back in Rogue Trader. You got the plastic ones, which came in the Tyranids and Terminators box set. Oh, that was cool because you got a couple of pure strain Gene Stealers. You got some crazy hybrids. You got the you got three Tyranid warriors, and you got some Space Marine scouts. You got a squad of Terminators and a Terminator librarian. All plastic. Yeah. Okay. Not what we have today. Nowhere near what we have today. The Terminators, the plastic Terminators from back in Rogue Trader, look like the Saturn IX Terminators, but a little bit smaller. Yes. So and heck, the librarian did too. They looked like freaking the Saturn Nines. You know, I ain't gonna complain because you know what, I had, and I used them. Then they came out with a box set of Terminators. The I'm not sure what the RT number is, but there was Rogue Trader Terminators, and there was 10 metal Terminators, uh, a Terminator Captain. You got a Terminator Librarian. Oh yeah, and back then we had four. Count it, four. 4 different types of librarians. And depending on what type you were was the level of psyker you were, and they cost. Oh boy, did they cost! But a 4th level master librarian. Oh man, you want to talk about something that was mean and nasty? Oh my gosh. Uh, it was the fact that this bad boy had a spell called Temporal Distort. Oh boy, do I know that spell quite. I built back then you could build crazy list, and I did. I built a crazy list. I built a vampire list. Yes, 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 you could play a vampire in 40K. And uh so and you could also have vampire thralls and other levels of vampires. Yes, it was very cool. And I took a old plastic scout and I shaved off his mohawk. Yes, he had a mohawk. I shaved off his mohawk and I gave him a staff. I made a staff for him, and uh I made him a flowing cloak out of tissue, paper, and glue. Elmer's glue. So I made this list, and it was basically I had the one master vampire who was a level 4, and the rest of them were all level 1s and 2s. That's the way the thralls were. Well, I played with a group of guys who did not like the fact that I made crazy ass fucking lists. You know what? It's okay. I don't play with those guys anymore. In fact, some of them are not with us anymore. Because I mean, it was a good bunch. It just, they just didn't like me. I was a gimmick guy. I liked my gimmicks. I like doing things like that. So yeah, well, so I had this I had this list, and they brought in their list, and I never got one freaking psychic power off because they took my psychic phase away from me. They'd take my because they were using temporal distort with all of their guys, and taking basically they took out my shooting phase, they took out my movement phase, they took out my. I said, you guys just want to quit and throw it again? We could do this all day. I says, I got one temporal distort, one the master. The rest of the guys are level 1s and 2s. They can't even get nowhere near temporal distort. So yeah, it was that day was not a good day to play. But that's okay. That's okay. You live and you learn. Hindsight 2020. Like I said, they were a bunch of good guys. I was I liked gimmicks, but then again, I liked good lists too. Um, I I was the first in our group to have the armor cast stuff. Uh, um, I got the armor cast uh Tyranid stuff. I had all of them. I had I was one of the guys. I had the very first Titan in our group. I had a Reaver Titan, the armor cast Reaver Titan. God, I wish I still had that. Oh man, I wish I still had that. Because all right, think about it. How much does a Reaver Titan cost these days? An arm and a leg, your left testy, and your firstborn. Back then, beautiful model for what it was at the time, because it was a basically a direct copy of the epic version of the Reaver at that time, and it was $125. Brand spanking new in the box, $125. I was like, oh yeah, baby, give it here. I want it. It's mine. It is mine. So yeah. Um yep. And I had, like I said, so it was the fact, and the first time that it actually got played was at a convention, and the rules for the Gene Stealer Coven were in what we called the Little Black Book. And it had one special rule to it. If the patriarch was killed, the entire army scattered, fell back, and you lost the game. Sucksville for Gene Stiller players. Now, the Tyranid list was really cool while it was in the little black book. And then when the Codex came out, we got our first, we got our, uh, we got our, we got the Hive Tyrant. The Zoanthrope used to actually have legs and walked on legs. Same type of legs the Hive Tyrant. The only Carnifex we had was the. There were no multiple different variations. You got a Screamer Killer, and that was it. And they were a embodiment of a tank, and man, people. Now you could put what they called bio upgrades on them, and you can make them to where they had regenerate and that kind of stuff. But all the guys got all the Tyranids got that. Adrenaline sacs, all that, and that kind of stuck around until they, now you got the Tyranids, and boom, it's in their list if they can have if it's on their data fax cards or whatever you want to their cards, if they can have it, boom, boom, they can get it, and it don't, you know. Used to, you wanted to buy regeneration, it cost you, and a Carnifex had 10 wounds at the time. If you wanted to buy regeneration, it cost you 100 points because it cost you 10 points for each wound that you wanted to. And man, I tell you what, you had to have at least one wound at the end of the shooting phase when they were shooting at you to be able to regenerate. If you didn't, you spent 100 extra model. Yeah. What else was there? Trying to think. Well, he's looking good. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? Hold up a second. I'm gonna try something. Let me brush. Okay. Try that. Shut my paints. Woo! Get a drink. Delish. And I'll see if I can get my crippled butt up. Oh! Ouch, that hurt. Okay, let's try this. Okay, view. There, turn that off. That may have worked. We're going to turn that like that. There we go. Here we go. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that's even worse. Excuse me. That sucked. Big bullets. Ah, man. Oh, wow. Hey, wait a minute. Is she? I think it is. Let me grab it. Is. Do. Okie dokie. Come on. Where you at? Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on, you crazy machine. There we go. There we go. Let's see. Yeah. You go there. You go down like so. You come like that. Where you at? Where you at? You back there? Oh, there you are. Ha ha! Ha ha! Oh yes, that's beautiful. I like that better. That's great. Now then, do 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 do. There we go. What we got on there? Hey Tiki. Yes, live stream. All right, let's see if I can. Let me get this posted on my leg. There we go. There we go. Whoops. I don't know. Hold on. There we go. Let's do it that way. Turn that like so. Yes. And uh, mm, I don't know. Uh, it's getting there. Let's see what's. All right, you back over here on the table. There we go. Let's see what we get. I just finished up painting for the night. I'd paint with you. Hey, that's okay, man. You know, hey, just sit back, relax, enjoy the nostalgic. I'm about the good old days from back when Warhammer was a young pup. First, second edition. Talking about you know uh I was one of the very first in our gaming clubs to have a Titan back then because ArmorCast had a license to produce Titans, and ArmorCast was the uh, only company to manufacture a orc great gargant. And there's a couple of people online here on YouTube that have managed to find STLs of it, but they printed it at a reduced size. I'm like, y'all are crazy. You don't print it. It's a huge freaking war machine, the size of of a warlord titan, but bigger and bulkier. I mean, if you're gonna build a orc gargant, dadgummit, build it right. Make that thing, 20, 21, 20, 20 inches tall. The size of a small coffee table. Oh, I love my LED lights. They are off. There you go. Now then, where are we? So, what have I got left to do with this guy here? Nothing there. His goat trim is done. So let's go ahead. We'll start on the next guy. Oh, and he is interesting. So, but yeah, so went through Rogue Trader, just got to the end of second edition. Uh Third edition was you know what? I don't remember what the third edition box set was. I know second edition box set was Space Marines and Orcs long time ago, and it came with the famed uh paper card dreadnought, orc dreadnought, which these days, shoot, the daggum thing goes for. I mean, and it's a card, a paper card, thick card, but it was the first orc one of the first orc dreadnoughts, the newer style that they had come out with, and people were playing with a card dreadnought. Uh, oh gosh. Let's see. Eighth was uh eighth was what the heck was eighth card? I don't know. Seventh was Dark Imperium, which was uh oh heck. Uh the it was Dark Angels versus Chaos. So it was, well, yeah, seventh was Dark Angels Chaos. Eighth was Dark Angels and Chaos. I mean, Space Marines and Chaos. Uh, I like seventh. It had great rules for flyers. Yeah, yeah, that was when every faction was getting a good flyer, and it was before the massive lore changes of eighth. Yeah. Man, did you catch the reveal, the new reveal for to this first quarter? Um, basic, Basically, we're getting Huron Blackheart, his retinue. Okay, so we're getting Huron Blackheart with his retinue. Basically, it's a renegade space marine version of what we just got with Titus and his retinue. Um, except for we're getting a female pirate, and she's badass looking. I mean, she is badass looking. We're getting this really evil what you call battlefield medic. Yeah, he's stealing gene seeds from fallen members of his own faction. Uh, a new alien race, part of his retinue, big giant lizard. Uh, got with an attack dog lizard dinosaur thing. Uh, Getting yeah, this is some really cool stuff. We're getting Eldar Corsair pirates. Um, and it's pretty much you get the basically the Eldar Corsair kill team, Prince Jarl, um, 10 10 new flying winged flying units. They are not swooping hawks. They are a whole nother flying unit altogether. Okay, you get this really cool storm weaver is what it's called vehicle. You get you get a farseer, but it's called a fate weaver farseer. Um, they can see into the future. So I don't know how that's going to work as far as rule wise goes. Are they going to be able to change die rolls, things like that? And they showed off the new Viper jet bike for the Eldar. It's more streamlined. It's more in tune to all the other Eldar vehicles. The and the gun platform in the back is like a mini version of the turrets on their Falcon grav tank. So, and you got all the different options of the guns. Uh, so we got that. What else was there? Oh, um, that was it for them. 30K, Horse Heresy, uh, their big thing for this quarter is they're getting a whole new plastic range of Custodes. And wow, oh my gosh, they were they were oh god they're oh my god, they are just oh they are mm, man. So we're finally getting with the custodies for them. We're getting a female custody. Uh, so they are actually going to put a female custodian head. Oh, and they got a whole bunch of head upgrades. The heads, they're all like, come on back when you get a chance, man. I'm gonna be doing this live Fridays, Saturdays, maybe Wednesdays, late at night, in the evening times. Uh, so yeah, I'll I'll be around. Come on back. It was great talking to you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Well, do 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 do. What was what was it? What was it? What was it? Battle from Crag. Now that one was Space Marines and Gene Stealers. Space Marines and Tyranids. Because it took place, it basically, that was the whole storyline of the Tyranids invading McCrag. That was fourth was uh was fourth was when they introduced her to the game. Yeah, that's when they introduced the Dark Eldar. So the starter set was Space Marines and Dark Eldar. I That was the year I also went to my very first the year that they brought out the Dark Eldar. The ba ba da ba da boom boom. The edition they brought out the Dark Eldar. Let's just do it. That was the first time I went to uh, a games day for Games Workshop and entered my very first Golden Demon painting competition. I painted up a land speeder for I had a custom Space Marine chapter, Black Widows. Uh, yeah, so they were all my Marines were jet black, and were their heads had a red stripe on it, and their backpacks were red to represent the Black Widow. Oh, the triangle, the Black Widow symbol, the symbol of the Black Widow, the red hourglass, and then they had the red hourglass on their soda powder. But the and I took my son. He was he had not made it to 14 yet, so he was still able to compete in the young bloods competition, and he took gold for the young bloods competition. My son is phenomenal artist. He paints, he draws, he sculpts, he does tattoos. He is, like I said, he is a phenomenal painter. Uh, or artist, period. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, he took gold for young bloods, and I took gold for the giant or large monster or war machine for fantasy, which I had a second edition Bloodthirster. First Bloodthirster was, about the just about that tall, not very big. And then the second edition was just a little bit smaller than what today's plastic ones are. Mine was all metal. So yeah, I had those, and that's what I did that, and then I had a 3-man unit of Croxagores for the lizard men. That's what they were called back then. Lizard men. What the hell are they called nowadays? Lizard men. That's what I call them. They're lizard men. They will always be lizard men. Uh, uh, where was I? Oh yeah, 3 units of a 3-man unit or 3 lizard unit of Croxagores. And let's see, what else did I have? Um, Jeez, that's so long ago I can't remember. But yeah, me and my son, we drove up from Louisiana to Atlanta. We stayed in Birmingham uh, overnight, and then drove into Atlanta early the next morning. My grandmother lived in Birmingham, so we stayed with her for the night. And it gave her a chance to see her grandson. She all that kind of stuff. And then we came home. Uh, Stopped by, saw my mom on the way home because we had to come. We came and when we went up a different way than we came home because I had to stop and pick up some rabbits to take home. Uh, but that's a whole yeah. But yeah, so I've been painting since I'll be 57 in March. I've been painting since I was 12. My son, who I would say surpasses me in painting, uh, probably he's been painting probably since he was. Oh no, he's been painting since he was like 6, and he'll be 37 on his birthday next summer. He just turned 36. 20 years younger than me. So, how we doing? We doing good. So, where was I? Yeah, he's been painting since he was 6. His very first, I remember his very first figure painting was a swooping hawk for the Eldar, and they were metal. They were metal. They were the metal monstrosities that they are or were. Shoot, at that time, pretty much all of the Eldar stuff was metal. Uh, the only thing that they had plastic was um let's see, the Falcon was plastic. The it hadn't come out yet. When it first came out, it was plastic. Uh, so yeah, the only thing they had that was plastic was the Falcon, and it could be, well, no, because then they brought it out as a separate tank, the Fire Prism. But oh man, the yeah, so yeah, their jet bikes were still metal, and I I didn't get the metal jet bikes because everything else I had was metal, and I tell you what, that was a heavy army to carry around. I mean, that was a heavy army to carry around, and I carried it around in a shotgun case. Uh, okay. All right. All right. Trying to see where I'm going with these. This is like the sergeant. The Sargento. Um, but yeah. Oh, and I had the very first armor cast shadow sword as well. So I had I had the armor cast Tyrannid stuff because that was one of my biggest armies. I loved them. I had the shadow sword. I had the Reaver Titan. I didn't have any of the Eldar Knights. Um, I didn't have any of the other. I didn't have any of the Imperial Knights. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I had the Reaver Titan, the Shadow Sword. I had the Tyrannid uh, Malefactor. I had the Malefactor. I had the Exocrine. I had the Trigon, and the was this long, super snaky thing, claws at the top of his face. It didn't have the claw. It was nothing like the Trigon that we have today, or the first Forge World Trigon. They changed the Trigon. Uh, the Harspix, man. See, they had pseudopods. They did not have legs. They had pseudopods. They had they moved like snails. Well, they moved the same snail moves, but not like snails because they were faster than snails. But yeah, they had pseudopods. And so, wow. But they were tough too. And a lot of people didn't like that I had them. They every time I'd bring them out, it'd be like, oh God, not these things. And they would do everything they could to kill them as fast as they could. And in second edition, there was this really nice spell that the Inquisitors could take called Vortex. Basically, you could take a Vortex grenade. And if anybody has played Apocalypse, the Vortex grenade was this basically, you threw the thing, it went poop, and a black hole appeared in the middle of the field. It could get bigger, it could get smaller and shrink and move, and then it could move. And anything that it moves where it didn't get a save and throw, it didn't get an invulnerable save, it just went bye bye. It was dead. Except my exocrine. My exocrine survived a hit from the Inquisitor's Vortex spell. It had no hole in the middle of it, but it still kept going, and it shot my opponent. He said, "You can't do that. That thing's dead. It was hit by a vortex." I said, "You're the one that rolled the damage, not me. You saw what the damage said. It, yeah, because we had a damage table back then. So, yeah. So, yeah, my exocrine survived a vortex spell. They were not happy about that. Like I told them, I said, y'all the one that rolled it, not me. The Tyranids had their own second edition. They had their own mission cards because everything was done by mission cards back then. Oh yeah, the Tyranids had their own mission cards. And at the beginning of the game, you got to know how many you got to roll for characters, you got to roll for squads, and you got to roll for vehicles. On a tier on a list, right? And one of the things for the vehicles was Jonesy's acting weird. Yeah, well, Jonesy was possessed by a Tyranid organism and starts going nuts inside the vehicle. And let's see, then there's yeah, so you wound up, yeah, there was the only time that other than a commissar that you could summary execute your own miniatures. Yeah, characters got their own little role on this chart, and man, I tell you what, you could put a hurting on a player, but then again, they could put a hurting on you too, because back then, Overwatch was not the thing that happened during a charge. And you didn't have to spend a CP point for it. Back then, you could put half your army on Overwatch. The other half would shoot during your shooting phase. The half that was on Overwatch, as soon as you moved one figure, boom, the rest of his army started shooting. And it didn't have to shoot at the guy that moved. It could shoot at anything they could see. Yeah, Overwatch was devastatingly broke. I'm glad they changed that. Because I was like, you know, I came to play today. I didn't come here to watch you just shoot my shit. I understand if you're shooting my shit in your turn, but you're shooting my shit in my turn. So yeah, I was like, nope, please, I want to play, or otherwise I'm just gonna pack up and go home. Yeah, it was something else. Yeah, Overwatch was freaking broken. I mean, broken. Uh, oh, I know what I'm doing. I I really didn't play that much of third. Um, I mean, I had it because I got I bought the box set. I bought a starter set for everything except for, let's see, seventh. I didn't buy seventh, and I bought multiples of the Assault on Black Reach. I did. I bought multiples of that, and I split it with some. I split it with some friends, because I wanted the orcs out of it because I was building a huge freaking orc army, and finally, when I got that orc army built and painted, and it had a stomper in it. Oh man, that was a beautiful stomper too. I donated it to charity at a charity 40K tournament. I donated it as the grand prize for the winner of the tournament. Uh, and now my nephew plays orcs. And he said, "You could have saved that for me." I said, "I didn't know I was going to be teaching you how to play this crazy game." He said, "You could have still saved it for me." I said, "You were like two." Yeah. Ah, yep. Um, yep. Seventh edition, sixth. Let's see, sixth edition was okay with me. I didn't play much of it. I mean, I did play, but not much. I was more into the painting aspect of the hobby then. Plus, I was playing other miniature games as well. So our league mostly played War Machine and Hordes. So I was I was playing that. Plus, we played a lot of the um we played a lot of the space combat games. Where you had multiple ships. Not We didn't have Battlefleet Gothic. We didn't play that, but we did play. I'm not sure what it was. Oh, we played what was it? Babylon 5. We played that. The and it was a space combat game with ships and stuff. Uh, we did that, and then there was a what is it? Agnostic one that we played. Uh, that we could play any type of ship that we wanted, any type of you know. So yeah, I played Cylons. So I had Cylon Battle Stars and Cylon Raiders, and it was like I guess you could say it's probably the same size as Star Wars Armada. Uh, but yeah, so I played that, and oh, let's see. Oh, um, blah 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 blah. Trying to think. Trying to think. Oh, I played, yeah, War Machine and Horde. Said that I was when I played I was a for War Machine. I played the Mercenaries, and so yeah, that was an interesting army. My so yeah, it uh wasn't like your regular forecasting army, but I had of everything. Biggest army was mercenary. Signar. I had Cricks. I had Corridor. The big red bulky monster. Max, War Machines. Them. But I did not have the Protected of Minot. I did not like them. Goody two shoes that were bad. Yeah, I didn't like them. Anyway, so yeah, I played a lot of games in between, uh, you know, in between editions of 40K. Still playing 40K, but you know, then uh, I got hooked up with a group that played Hero Clicks. Oh boy. So I didn't get the very first set of Hero Clicks, which was Marvel, but I did get the second set, which was DC. Yeah. Um. Yep. I got the DC. I like. I'm. Yeah. So I just. I like my Hero Clicks. Um. So yeah, I got that. Uh. I did see seventh edition. That was when we went to the out of state tournaments up in or out of town tournaments. Then there was eighth, which was uh the Death Guards. The Death Guard got range refresh and release. Oh yes, my Death Guard. I love my Death Guard. I do love me some necrotic flesh and pustules. That's I know that sounds sick, but you know what? Do I love me my Death Guard. So I got some I got some good Death Guard. I actually have a Death Guard Warhound Titan, and I am building a couple of Death Guard uh, Knights. Um, and then I got the big bad boy himself. I got. There's Mortarion. He's in the shadows, coming after you. Can't see him too good. I gotta figure out some lighting in this room. Ugh. But yeah, I've got Knights. I got Death Watch. I love me some Death Watch too. Oh yeah, I would really love to see Death Watch get revamped and put back into the game uh on a uh playable playable list, playable units, instead of uh just as what you call, members of the Imperial agents and kill team. I mean, I have both of the original kill teams, the 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 5-man kill team, and then the kill team that came in the game that was a board game which introduced the Death Watch and the Gene Stealer cult. So yeah, that was um those two. So I've got both of those uh kill teams, and yeah, I love me some Death Watch. I just like 40K. I do. I really do. I just like it. It's a fun game. In fact, I'm painting these bad boys for an escalation league at uh my local Warhammer store. That's right. I have a Warhammer store just right down the road from me. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, it's coming along. Anything new? I Wow. Yes, these are looking good. These are looking really good. I'm happy. So yeah, I'm I know I'm goofy, but I like Iron Warriors, and there are loyal Iron Warriors that are still loyal to the Emperor. I mean, it's canon. Uh, it would really be nice to see them get, you know. So I play them. Um, I don't know. Right now, I have a 2,000 point list drawn up, uh, and I did it with through Dark Angels. So, granted, I know I will not be able to play Pet Petrabo, their Primarch. I won't be able to play him in the list when he comes out, because he's the Demon Prince. He's just like Mortarion, Angron, Fulgrim, and Magnus, and Logar. They're all Demon Primarchs. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's on top of my mixing board. Okay, so uh, we have two loyal Primarchs, right? We have the Lion and Robot Girly Man, Robute Gillum, how you want to play him. Girly Man, what everybody calls him. Uh, okay. So the Lion, because I like my Dark Angels, right? So I have I have the Lion. I do not have the Butte. I have a proxy Butte, and it's pretty cool. And I actually painted it up in the Butte's colors. And hey, I mean, even if I were to get the actual Butte, I would paint him up ultramarines because he is the ultramarine Primarch. Uh, I won't change that. The only thing I did is, and I mean, they actually have pictures of him painted in black armor, and that's the lion. The lion would not be in green armor. I'm sorry. Period. He would not be in green armor. He has not been seen until his return since the Horus Heresy. And in the Horus Heresy, Dark Angels were in black armor. All of them. Even their Terminators. So, my Deathwing Terminators, all my other beautiful, beautiful Dark Angels are all in black armor. That's just me. You know, they are in black armor. And they will always be in black armor. That would be like somebody telling you, no, you cannot paint Rogal Doran in orange. He has to be yellow or in gold armor. However his armor would be done. His Imperial Fist. I'm sorry, he's yellow. That's yellow. So, you know, but here's the second part of this. I'm sorry. If I'm gonna pay 70, 80, 100, $150 to $200 for a model for this game, by golly, if I want to paint it sparkly blue and purple, you know what? They're going to be sparkly blue and purple with glitter dust on them. Because they're my models. I paid for them with my hard-earned money. So I paint them however I want to paint them. Tis what it tis. That's the reason I'm painting Loyalist Iron Warriors. Right? They're my figures. I like Iron Warriors. I like the color scheme. So, yeah, that's what they are. They are my loyal Iron Warriors. Like I said, that's they're canon in the lore. They were. It was the Iron Warriors. I think it was the Word Bearers, and they were on a planet, and the Iron Warriors were doing their thing. They were sieging some cities, but the Tyranids showed up. And I can't remember what was on the planet fighting against them, trying to hold the planet. Well, anyway, the leader of that faction was talking to the leaders of the Iron Warriors, who if I'm not mistaken, it was the Word Bearers, had sent them to basically die while they escaped the horrible punishment of being devoured by the great devourer. Yes. So, the Iron Warriors that were on the planet, they rebelled against Petarabo and returned to the favor of the God Emperor. And to this day are still on that planet protecting it. So, they are canon. And I am going to have loyal Iron Warriors. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do for their leader. He's not just going to be a standard Captain in Terminator armor. I want to do something, a really cool uh, leader. do 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 do. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. I'm gonna do something cool for the leader of my loyalist. What? I don't know yet, but I will figure it out. It'll be cool. Uh, Might be. Uh, no, I think it would really be cool to have him in that. Oh heck, what's the? They're not aggressors. That's what I'm painting right now. It's one of the flying guys that have the two plasma cannons on the arms. Can't think of what those guys are called, but I think I may do my Iron Warriors leader as one of those guys. I think that would be so cool. Yep, I think that would be cool, cool, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I wanna the the with their those crates they have. I wanna the battlefield effects like the smoke coming out of them, and that's actually how they're on the base. Now I think that would be cool. I've seen uh one of the one of the guys that I'm actually subscribed to here on YouTube, Flashing Badger Painting. He did a unit of them, and for his Blood Angel army, and he's got that battlefield effects. on his. And they're really cool. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think that's what I might do. Make him the leader of my, basically. Uh, and then he's got like his two bodyguards are just two more of those guys. I have to look at the actual how some. Okay, so what's his name? Marnius Calgar. He's got his Victrix guard. Victrix guard. Do they come two or three? We'll see. I know that the ancients uh, for the Dark Angels, their ancient brotherhood, or whatever them things are called. Hell, I can't even remember. Shoot, that's bad. It's one of my favorite chapters. Uh, dang, can't think of what they're called. It don't matter. How about that? So Blood Angels have got their guys that lost their wings. Uh, their bodyguards that lost the wings. Um, Dark Angels have their guys in the in the long floating capes. And then you have the Victory Guards for the Ultramarines. I had to do me some research here. Wow. Who knew that trying to plan out an army would consider having to do some research? Oh well. You know what? It's okay. It's all part of the fun. Yeah, it's all part of the fun. Oh yeah. These guys are gonna look really, really good when they're done. Well, this whole army's gonna look good when it's done. So our escalation lead goes to 1,000 points. Right now we are combat patrol size. So we're usually using the rules for the combat patrol. And then that's for the first 4 weeks. We're going into our second week. Second week, or the fifth through the 8th week is 750 points. And then the final uh, 8, no, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 1,000 points. And right now we have so we have a custodies player. Let me shut this down for a second. Just talk for a few. We got custodies player. Uh, I'm running the hold up a second. It's just the Space Marine Combat Patrol, the one that runs. Here, runs Captain Terminator Armor, Librarian Terminator Armor, Terminator Squad, and 5-man Infernus Squad. These Infernus pistols, okay? I got 5 guys, so I've got the minimum these guys are going to do as far as attacks is 5 attacks, maximum of 30 shots, 30 attacks. They hit automatically. Ouch. They strength 5, 0 AP, and 1 damage. So I mean, anything they hit, they're gonna get their regular saving throws, but still, man, that's a lot of saves coming at a unit. Now, when we move up into the next phase, 750, I'm going to kit out the rest of the Infernus squad for a 10-man squad. Depending on how much these guys actually cost, because I mean, yeah. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what I can get at 750, and then at 1,000, I'm hoping that I'll be able to put in. I know it's going to be. I'll still have my Terminator Captain, my Librarian, my Terminator Librarian, Terminator Captain. I will hopefully will have my Chaplain, my Judicar, my Blade Guard Veterans. So yeah, and my Blade Guard Ancient, and maybe I do have 2 Invictus War suits. I'm gonna try to get them in there. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, cute, and interesting. All right, guys, I'm at 148. I am right now at 3 likes, 0 watching. So I'm gonna take my happy self to the bed and watch a movie, then go to bed. Yeah, because it's almost midnight my time. So everybody, thanks for joining in. Tiki, appreciate you jumping in, saying hi, chit chatting with me for a little bit. Other than that, everybody have a good night, and we will see you guys next time. Good night.